So Unai Emery has his first win as Arsenal manager, as Arsenal have their first Premier League win of the season on the third attempt of asking, as Arsenal dispatched West Ham in the end by 3-1 in the Premier League. Welcome back to a new season of Analysing Arsenal. It is the third Analysing Arsenal of the brand new season, giving you my thoughts and feelings to the game at the Emirates Stadium as Arsenal hosted West Ham. Now, this was a type of game which I thought that Arsenal were going to win. You know, I didn't really have any doubt, and I thought that after a tough start, firstly against Manchester City and then secondly against Chelsea, I thought that this was the sort of game where Arsenal simply and surely had to win, really. I was going more with a prediction of Arsenal just ripping West Ham to absolute shreds. I think my prediction was 4-0, so I was slightly off on that. 3-1 in the end. We got the job done in the end, and actually West Ham made that game and made our job much more difficult, and they really gave us a really top game. You know, they took the lead. They got the first goal early on in the first half, and it was a very kind of entertaining first half. Second half kind of was not particularly great. We kind of got a little bit of fortune from the own goal to take the lead, and in the end Danny Welbeck coming on and scoring a goal which surely seals 3 points and got those 3 points confirmed in the final stages of the game, really. But you know, this is all transition, really, and that's what we've, as Arsenal fans, and also, you know, everybody's really got to kind of take on board and take into consideration that we're in a transition right now. You know, Unai Emery is going from what Arsene Wenger's Arsenal side was doing, and you know, all of the kind of objectives and the style and the tactics that Arsene Wenger disposed this Arsenal side, and Unai Emery's at the complete other end of the spectrum. So it is going to take time, and you know, when you're in a transition, it's not going to, you know, be kind of, you know, all of the problems and current problems that Arsenal are facing, those problems are not going to be solved overnight. So this season, it is just like a settling in kind of period. You're not really going to see the full effects of Unai Emery till next season, and that's if Arsenal do give him, you know, 2 or 3 years to implement his methods. I mean, you know, Unai Emery is here to take Arsenal back to being a title-winning side, and you know, that isn't going to be achieved overnight. You know, so his style and the way that he wants to, you know, constantly play out from the back. As I said in earlier Analysing Arsenal videos, you perfect that, you play out from the back, and when you know, kind of can get that off, it's absolutely amazing. But, you know, Arsenal are struggling with this at the moment, and you're going to see, and we're going to see over the next kind of couple of weeks, couple of months, where we're going to find out of what players can do it and what players can't do it. And he is, you know, finding his feet and finding out what players can and what players can't. You know, if we look at the lineups today, I still am so baffled as to how Granit Xhaka is still in this Arsenal side. You know, I would put Torreira with Guendouzi and have those two in the midfield. Guendouzi came on in the second half, but he actually came off for Guendouzi. Xhaka actually played 90 minutes, so you know, he probably had a decent game really today. It's that same back four: Socrates, Mustafi, Bellerin and Moneral. And Moneral actually getting on the score sheet, scoring the equaliser. Petr Cech still keeping his place in goal. No Mesut Ozil, and not only was Mesut Ozil not in the side, but I don't even think he was on the substitute bench. He wasn't. He was out of the side completely. And, you know, we've seen that Unai Emery does not sit around and wait for players. You know, he's not going to give players time. You know, if Mesut Ozil was not performing and Mesut Ozil was not doing, you know, absolutely everything in his utmost power to warrant a start in place, he's not going to be starting. Simply, he just will not be starting. So, you know, in my eyes, I feel that, you know, he's tougher than Arsene Wenger. He won't stand for any bullshit, and this side knows that they can't bullshit, and they will have to up their game, raise their game, and, you know, keep playing to the best of their ability to ensure that they kind of can get a run of games going. You know, otherwise, you know, they're going to be out, really. Aaron Ramsey back in the side, Alex Iwobi. I think Alex Iwobi and Mkhitaryan, you know, Iwobi on the left, Mkhitaryan on the right. I actually think that they can be quite decent tracking back as well as going forward. I really would like to see Lacazette and Aubameyang partner, but it seems that Unai only likes to have either one or the other. Aubameyang didn't get a goal today. That's now 3 Premier League games without a goal. The goals will start coming. I think he had a couple of half chances today, but again, didn't really do much. As for West Ham, obviously, they've got a lot of defensive kind of problems. Jack Wilshere, on his return to Arsenal, got a yellow card. He certainly was up for this encounter, but didn't really cause, too many problems. Felipe Anderson and Marco Arnautovic are always, deadly. Arnautovic in his Stoke days always causes Arsenal problems. He got the goal in the 25th minute. Moneral equalised on the stroke of half an hour. And then a very kind of, just slightly kind of timid second half, but resulted in an own goal from Diop at the back, and then Danny Welbeck coming on in the late stages to get in that third goal, really. But I mean, if you look at the stats, Arsenal had 17 shots, 10 on target. West Ham had 13 shots, 5 on target. Arsenal dominated the possession, but West Ham certainly matched Arsenal, and I don't think they're going to have any problems under Manuel Pellegrini. They've just got to sort out their defensive kind of frailties, and I think West Ham are going to be in that mid-table kind of, they're going to be floundering in that mid-table role. I don't think then they're going to have any problems. I know it's 3 now. I think that's their 3rd Premier League defeat. Yes, they've lost their first 3 games, but it's still very, very early days. If they could get, 1 win before the international break, which is next weekend, then, that they're not going to have any problems, and some of the stuff that they did today was very encouraging and very positive, so I don't think they're going to have any problems. As for Arsenal, we've got Cardiff City away next Sunday, and then it's an international break, but we've got a nice run of games to kind of get a run of wins under our belt, get that consistency flowing and running. And, again, it's all about transition. I think that this Arsenal side are going to either get back into the Champions League through winning the Europa League, which Unai Emery's a master of. He knows exactly, he's a master of knowing how to win the Europa League. And, whether we finish in 4th, 5th or 6th, he's putting in his building blocks, he's putting in the building block, getting his foundations in now, and then, next season or in season 3, and over the next 2 years, we're going to see the full front of Unai Emery's kind of, ideas and kind of tactics and style, and those are going to be, thrown to the forefront. At the moment, it's still about a transition. Arsenal still in a transition, but it's nice to have that first win under our belt. We've got 3 points on the board. We now think we're up in 12th at the minute, so we're up into 11th, so we're 11th at the minute, and we're only now 4 points by Manchester City, who dropped points this afternoon. So we move on to next Sunday, we continue this transition. A good win today in the end, not as easy as what we once thought, but Unai Emery is off the mark as Arsenal manager with a Premier League win. And until next time, this is Diop signing out. Take care, and I shall speak to you all later. I'll rejoin you for Cardiff City against Arsenal next Sunday, and until then, take care and have a good week. See you all soon. Bye-bye.